That's how you can work for yourself. 4. You know, let me tell you something else here, because I know you like these little stories. I finished 3 years teaching high school in Birmingham, Alabama. I was playing with the symphony there. And then I decided to go back to Boston. And when I got to Boston, I started looking around for a teaching job in a high school. So I found such a teaching job and this high school. But it was a modern high school, you know, full of stupid rules, you know, that I can't follow those rules. And Birmingham, they were simple, they didn't have any rules, so I made the rules and it gave results because my band in Birmingham was a 60-piece band, marching band, won first place in the state 2 years in a row. So they walked with me on the palms of their hands because those people take pride in their band in high school. So I got this job in, I was living in Gloucester, Massachusetts, right by the sea, and I don't know the name of the school anymore. And so he started picking on stupid stuff. One guy told me, "Oh, you asked those kids to read the notes, but one guy said the wrong note, and you let him go by. You didn't stop him." I said, "Listen, man, are you suggesting that I don't know my notes, or that I was absent-minded? What are you telling me that for?" That's all I needed. I went back to Mr. Rivard. He was the director of the music department. And I spent the whole night that night writing a letter, which is a work of art, which you can see. Where is that letter? Somewhere. Oh yeah, it's in my autobiography. You'll be able to read that in my autobiography. And so I went to him and said, "I quit. I didn't have a contract. I can leave. I don't want it. I quit." And I quit. It's the best thing I ever did in my life. Now it happened that I was playing at the King's Rook, which was a coffee house. I was at the coffee house days. I was playing there 2 nights a week, and I had some students on classical guitar. I wasn't teaching voice yet, classical guitar. So I had the courage, and with 4 kids to support. It took a lot of guts, I'll tell you. I quit. Because in order I'd rather have those kids respect me because I have respect for myself than to do something, to be a slave of the system so they can become slaves. No way. So I quit. I resigned. I played 2 nights a week. I had students. At first, didn't make as much money. Then I started going into the center of Boston, started contacting agencies, places to play. Pretty soon I'm playing like 4 or 5 nights a week, and that was enough. That was, with the students, was giving me more money than I was making at the high school. And I didn't have to get up at an ungodly hour in the morning, like 5 in the morning. And from that time, that's a long time ago, until the present, I have never worked for anybody. I mean, I have worked in some music studios, but as an independent contractor. If they just as much said, one guy said, "Oh, you refuse to teach this kid because he's got the neck of the guitar on his right side." They said, "That is wrong. That is not." It's like if you use the word, let's say the word beautiful. If you interpret the word beautiful as ugly, I can't do business with you. I can't communicate with you. The common agreement in life is that beautiful means beautiful. So I couldn't agree with him. No, I can't teach this. This is the right way. Imagine a violin player doing this, and now he's in the orchestra doing this, and he's poking the other guy in the back of the eye. This is where people go fanatic. You know, there is an accepted reality. And this, yeah, I'm a maverick, but you still have to stay within a certain extent in the common reality, because you still have to communicate with others. So I quit, never worked for anybody again. It was difficult at first, but it paid off. So while you are working on a purpose in life and working for someone else, start some kind of part-time business of your own so you can have extra income and practice being totally dependent on yourself. Pay off everything you owe. I'm going to say that again. Pay off everything you owe. Get yourself in a position where you don't owe anybody anything. This is called self-ownership. Don't use credit cards. It's highway robbery. They just get into your head. You don't have to do that at all. Don't use credit cards. Have one for an emergency and keep it active by purchasing something once a year. Use your bank debit card for purchases. No money in the bank, no purchase. If you do this, you'll see that the present gloom and doom has nothing to do with it.
Then I'll be very unhappy.
I'm sorry?
I'll be very unhappy, miserable. One purchase a year?
Yeah, well, and that's only to give them a little win, because they, after all, they did offer you the credit card. If they're not satisfied with one thing, that you bought one thing a year, fine, bye, I don't need you. I got about 6 credits right now. I didn't use them. I haven't used them in 5 years. We went to Boston last year, was it? And I used a few of them a little bit, and that's enough. Just to make it easier. Okay. So, no money in the bank, no purchase. Save, this is very important, save 10% of all income without fail until you have $10,000 in an account. This is called confidence money or independence money. Then never, never, never touch it. Simply let it earn interest, no matter how small it might be. Now, in personal magnetism, there's a law that really works. It works through your mind, of course, your subconscious. If you hold something, but you don't let it, you don't spend it, like in the bank, it actually starts attracting money. It's a fact.
Say it again.
Try it.
Say it again,
I'm not telling you this because I read it in the book. Well, this particular thing about the 10% I did read in the book because I studied finance just by books with Charles Givens. And I recommend that you read his books. And I learned this thing about 10%. So I'm not telling you because it's a theory. I did this. I'm telling you, as soon as I had over $5,000, my confidence kept growing. I had $10,000 in the bank. Really something. And it's still there. Never buy anything on time except a home. And if you buy a home, make it absolutely sure that you are capable of paying the mortgage. 9, do not use your emotions to reason with. This is very, very important. People who are broke, that 85%, they reason with their emotions. Do not use your emotions to reason with. Use emotions as personal indicators as to the validity of personal decisions arrived at through your reasoning. 10. Do not go into agreement with people who say that times are bad and that you can't get anywhere. These are lies. When someone says something negative to you, instantly reverse the statement in your mind. And if you have the courage, deny the negative statement audibly and with vehemence. And I'll tell you what I say in a minute. 11. Drop out of and all stop supporting every individual, business, activity, organization, and social bric-a-brac that is not consistent with the purpose of life itself and life's laws of honesty, progress, health, and prosperity. 12. Support all individuals, business activities, organizations, and socials that are exempt of specious actions and motives and are sincerely working toward benevolent progress within the purpose of life itself. With the exception of Ron Paul, do not vote for Democrats nor Republicans. Vote for anyone in other parties. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't mean anything anyway. Just don't vote for Democrats or Republicans, and I'll tell you why. The reasoning behind this is that by acting so, you are breaking up the old corruption chain in the two principal parties.